Hello and welcome to our Busy Webinar. This is Dave Meyer with BizzyWeb. Delighted to have you all here. We've got a full house today, and so I want to get through a bunch of things before we get going, and wanted to make sure that everyone has all of the details on how to ask questions if they need to. We've got about 47 people that are registered for today's webinar, so I want to make sure that we take care of you. We're going to jump through a bunch of things really quickly, but in general, if you are here to find out about social media and how to use Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, and Google Plus to help grow your business, this is the event for you. If you'd like to hear more about how to generate content for that media or how to take the next step and to drill deeper into engaging your clients, then Social Media 102 next week is going to be your event. But this is going to be a great ramp up to that event. I am Dave Meyer with BizzyWeb and delighted to have you here with us. Here is how to reach BizzyWeb and how to reach me. Go ahead and give me an email, shout out, or send a note to us at any of the contact information that you see if you do have questions. And I'm going to go over in just a moment on how to connect up with BizzyWeb and to ask questions during the event. And Brad has already been nice enough to offer a couple of questions, so thank you very much, Brad, for doing that. BizzyWeb is an online marketing company that focuses on WordPress-powered web design and online marketing as it relates to small businesses. So we build websites that automatically integrate with social media so that when you publish to your website, your publishing goes out on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, and more, and seamlessly integrates with Constant Contact, which is the sponsor of our event today. So thank you very much to Constant Contact for that. I'm going to jump over for just a moment to our Hangout. You've received a message today from BizzyWeb, and we've gotten you the link to this page. And if you have not yet taken this step to click on the Google Plus page, if you're viewing this video in the embedded window right here, that's great, but you won't be able to ask questions. If you would like to ask questions during the event, I'll be taking a few breaks during today's event to answer questions that are asked by you, and that's via the Google Plus Q&A tool. To get there, you're simply going to click on this link, and when you click on that link, it's going to open up this page, and you'll note that it says Q&A and live in the upper corner of this. If you simply click the play button, it's going to open up a new window, and then you'll be able to see, you'll pick up right where you left off, but then you can see the questions that are currently being asked, and if you click Ask a New Question, and say, thanks, Brad, and ask additional questions here. So if you do that, we'll be able to see those questions, and Brad will get to your questions on Facebook in just a little bit as we talk through those. So go ahead and submit those questions as they come through. You do need to have a Google Plus login for asking questions, but it'll take you about 2 or 3 minutes on how to get that going. And so you can press pause, you can scroll ahead, and this event will be available for the indeterminate future on our BizzyWeb YouTube channel, and that's at youtube.com/c/BizzyWeb. So would love to have you there with us. Let's get down to business since we've got, wow, a whole bundle of people already on. And so go ahead and ask those questions as we go, and would love to interact with you and help you out any way we possibly can. So again, I'm Dave with BizzyWeb. This is who we are and what we do. Let's talk about why we are here today. Really, online marketing can be such a challenge for small and new businesses. And one of the things that we try to help with most at BizzyWeb is helping our customers and prospects generate buzz without getting stung. What that really means is getting the word out about your business in a way that keeps you from wasting time or money. And so that's how I'm going to approach today's Social Media 101 talk, and that's why we're here today. But in general, I wanted to reinforce, really, with all this social media stuff, you're not alone. 54% of small businesses need help with social media marketing, and 57% of nonprofits say that they need help. What that really means for us today is that people are concerned about how social media works and what it does. It really looks interesting, but I'll never have millions of fans. We hear that all the time. And it doesn't matter if you're going to have millions of fans or not. What you need to do is drive toward the result that you're looking for with your clients and with your prospects. If you're using new marketing materials, sounds great, but you don't know what to say on social media, part of that's going to be covered today. We're going to share that you know a lot more than you think, and you have a lot more to share than you might initially be concerned about in online marketing, because this is not that big of a deal because you are a new business or you're a small business and you're more intimately connected with your clients, and that makes you easier to have a conversation with and to share your information. Reading what's being said sounds great, but I'll never have a dedicated staff to do it right. You don't need a staff. All you need is a half hour or a little bit more time per week to integrate and to connect with all of these social networks. And I hear about new tools and networks every day, but I just don't have the time to stay current. Well, that's why you're here. So we'll help you out with the big five, and we'll talk a little bit about Instagram if we get a chance as well. But in general, don't freak out about social media. All it is having engaging conversations with your customers and with your prospects, designed to engage them in conversation that will get them to take some specific next step. So all of that's laid out. Going to get into our content now. And in general, back in 2008, 10% of small businesses thought that they were going to be using social media marketing. Now it's more like 95%. 2013, it's 87% of businesses reported using social media marketing. There's over 30 million Facebook pages for companies out of the 1.6 billion people that are on Facebook. So you've got this going, and people are all realizing that social media isn't a fad. It's a new way of doing business. It's just the way. It's the new website. Having a Facebook page is almost as important as having a website, period. What you have is powerful. You already have loyal and happy customers. You provide an excellent experience. And of course, you have interesting and important things to say. So we're going to focus on how you do those things and how you can take advantage of your great customers to help you grow your business using social media. So that's our agenda. Why use social media? We'll talk through the top 5 networks. We're going to go through what you should say on these networks, and then we're going to help you get started today. I'm going to leave this open for just a moment, and I'm going to switch over to make sure that we don't have any other questions. Brad, looks like you're our only one, and we have a couple of Facebook questions. So when we do go into the Facebook section, I'm going to segue over to you, Brad, and answer those questions. But again, if you've gotten to our event today, and we have a bundle of people on, thank you all for joining. Go to, from the event or the link that you received, you're going to click on the Google Plus page link under number 1, and that's going to take you to this page after you click play on that video. And then as long as you're logged into Google Plus, you'll be able to ask questions. I love answering questions. I love playing Stump the Dave. Give us a holler or ask us what you need or what additional details you need as we're going through this. We'll keep it as a stream of consciousness, and I will definitely be answering those questions, if not during the event, right after, so that we can all get the answers that we're looking for. All right, so let's start off with why use social media. Your competitors are already social. You're using social media if you're in nonprofits. 93% of your contemporaries are already using it. B2B, business to business, storefronts, 87%. B2C, businesses that work with other businesses, 86%. So we're looking at this stuff, and social media influences decisions. In fact, 74% of folks report that they rely on social networks to guide their purchase decisions. If you're looking at how people look and refer businesses, 55% share purchases on social networks. If they see a company or engage with someone that they absolutely love, we are not shy at all about sharing that wonderful experience and telling folks you need to go to Bob's Cookies or whatever it is to check it out. And then, of course, with nonprofits, 68% learn more about a charity if they see a friend posting about it. This is largely the story of the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. It was posted and shared mostly on Facebook, but proliferated across social media networks to the tune of raising $100 million last year for ALS. So engagement is really the new word of mouth. We used to talk to each other over the fence posts, in our backyards or in social situations, water cooler conversation, but really now social media fills that role for us. We still have those conversations, of course, we still connect, but now there's an easier way to do it via the phone that we have in our hands or via the computer that we're looking at over lunch breaks, and we can connect and share via Facebook, Twitter, email marketing, Pinterest, what have you. So really, the social media networking world kind of plays out like this in person. So if you're a B2C, a consumer or a front-facing business, you're going to, of course, we hope, provide a wow experience. Inside of that wow experience, you're going to ask people and entice them to stay in touch. Do that staying in touch correctly, you're going to actively engage people. You're going to be asking them questions. You're going to be providing little tidbits and helpful bits of information. You're going to get them to that next stage that's going to drive them to a physical action that will lead them back to your business. Now, it doesn't stop there because now we have social media. From there, once people are engaged, it's really easy for them to share and to drive that social visibility for you and your business. The more you drive that social visibility, the more you're going to drive new prospects and perpetuate your business and keep leads and new customers rolling in the door. So in general, this is how social media can help bolster. Everything on the left side is all of that new stuff that you can do to grow additional business. So let's talk about those top 5 social media networks. First, a few words about what those networks can do. We've got our top 5 really: Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, and Instagram. We're going to talk a little bit more about what each of these does, but there's also one killer SEO tool that's not listed on here, and that's Google+. With Google+, anything that you do, say, or link to your website has an additional and pretty dramatic SEO or search engine optimization boost to your business because Google really loves it when you use their own tools. Go figure. So we're going to go through them in this order, but we're going to start, of course, with the big dog in social media, and that's Facebook. So when you're looking at Facebook, and again, for Brad, I'm going to take some time at the end of this little set to go through your questions, and I'm going to open it up to additional questions as well. But the primary audience for Facebook is really everyone. If you're concerned or if you don't like Facebook, that's fine not to like Facebook personally, but from a business perspective, it makes a ton of sense because Facebook actually drives more traffic than any other social network, and they make it incredibly easy to take advantage of all of their tools and information. So it's super easy. It's super fun. The largest network size or the largest group is ages 30 to 45 or so, but the fastest growing group of that is ages 45 plus because they're all checking in on their grandkids or their children, making sure everybody's up there, which also means that kids are probably the least served or at least the least growth oriented inside of Facebook because the younger folks, millennials, tend to steer clear of this social network because their parents are on the network. So as we're looking at this, useful and interesting, informative content is what you want to be focusing on. And it's really best for sharing text, photos, videos, and really reaching a large audience. One of the things that you can do with Facebook is to reach out and actively target exactly who you're trying to reach. And there are some really easy ways. We're going to have a busy webinar about this in the next month or so about how you can actively and proactively figure out the size of your demographic without spending a nickel using Facebook as your marketing engine. It's very easy to drill into Facebook and find out how large any given market is because you can be laser focused on who you're trying to reach, where they are, and what their hobbies, preferences, or likes and dislikes happen to be. So really, social media, and especially Facebook, is best used by any of the groups that we've talked about so far. So B2B, B2C, and nonprofits. So let me step back for a second and answer a couple of Brad's questions. Again, Brad had a couple of really good questions for us. How do we set up our Facebook followers to contribute to a campaign by texting their contribution to a phone number to make that as easy as possible? Now, there is a tool inside of or aligned with with Constant Contact that will allow you to do that. So Brad, I'm going to kind of cheat on this one and ask you to connect with us at sales@bizzyweb.com or at, let's see, do I have my link on here? Just to send an email to me if you kept that at the beginning. So because we can help you a little bit deeper, but sales@bizzyweb.com, that's monitored by Jen, our marketing, our Constant Contact guru. And she's going to be able to connect with you and to really answer that question in the quickest way possible. So as you look at that, it's easy to do. There's actually a couple of tools that are embedded right within Constant Contact. You can use a QR code or you can use a text messaging service. And we have some options available to do that. And you're right, and you're very smart to try and make this as simple as possible, because anything that you add as friction is going to conflict or make things more complicated for people that you're marketing to. In general, you want to have instant and easy calls to action for everything that you do. And so making that one of your goals is going to be super helpful. Hope that helped, Brad. And finally, let me just jump into your second question. And what are some strategies to get our Facebook followers who do not currently contribute to do so? And the easiest way, and we're going to talk a lot more about this in Social Media 102 or Your Social Now What next week. But one of the best ways to enact or enable your content with your social networks, or to get people to start engaging more, is to really dig in and think about what your contacts are looking for from you. So if you connect with them and if you reach out and you deliver helpful and informative information, if you notice that someone is joining or just liked you, giving them a brief shout out to say, hey, thank you so much, Mary, for joining us on our Facebook page. I hope you find it helpful. Looking at the demographics of the people that you've got in your likes, you can find out what type of jobs they hold, where they're physically located, what types of devices they use, and what types of hobbies or interests they have. You can ask questions and interact with people directly where they live or with what they're most interested in. So that's a great way to reach out and to dig in more. You know a lot more about your visitors, about your followers, about the people who like your page than you would initially think. All you need to do is go through your insights, but then start writing directly to and for them. Your business and your online marketing in particular should not be about you. It should all be about the people that you're trying to reach. The old adage in marketing is people that sell drill bits don't really sell drill bits. What they sell is holes. You're looking for the hole that you fill for your clients, and you're going to discuss that. It's the same thing as if you walk into a cocktail party, and if you walk up to one of your friends or an acquaintance that you've just met and start launching into a sales pitch right there for them, especially if they have obviously no interest in what you're selling or what you do. Instead, a polite conversationalist will ask questions designed to find out what a person's interested in and then engage them in conversation at that level. So having easy, thoughtful, straightforward conversations directly with customers or with prospects where they live is going to be your best way to reach out. This goes for all of the social networks, which is why I wanted to answer this one right away. Move on and continue on with our event. And again, remember, if you haven't logged in and asked questions, Brad's done a great job of helping us out with a couple of easy softballs. But go ahead and submit that. Click the green Ask a New Question button down here at the bottom and ask us those questions. So let's get right into it, and let's skip ahead one level to LinkedIn. For LinkedIn, the primary audience is businesses. You're trying to reach professionals and people that would be able to refer business to you in the long run. They're looking for industry news, tips, and solutions. That's what people are looking for when they're visiting LinkedIn. And it's best for sharing your thought leadership. What do you know that your clients don't know? You may not think that you're an expert in your field, but here's a tip. You know more than the people that you're writing to or that you're writing for, and so you're automatically already an expert. You likely also have access to trade publications, journals, websites that they don't know about. That's your chance and your opportunity to share that content and that helpful information with people that matter most. And even if you're a B2C business, it is mostly B2B for this, but even if you're a B2C business, you can reach out and connect engagingly in LinkedIn and make useful, helpful connections by thinking about who your referral partners are inside of a business-to-business network. So if you are an orthodontist, you would want to find as many dentists as possible, because a dentist is going to see when children or adults need orthodontia well before you know about that person. So find other people that are similar to you. Who knows about your customers before you do and would be in a position to recommend? And so, for example, with BizzyWeb and with our online marketing, one of our best referral partners happen to be IT consultants, because people ask them, so I need help with my website. Can you help me, or can you find somebody? Or I've been trying to do search engine optimization or get my email marketing rolling forever. You know anybody? They know about our clients before we do. And some of our absolute best referrals have come from those IT connections. Twitter is another great network, and it's highly useful. There's a lot of information, and you have to really view Twitter as a slew, as a tidal wave of information coming at you all the time. The primary audience is young adults. These are folks that share a lot and often, and they're looking for news, brand updates, they're looking for trends, and Twitter is actually really good about this. If you're looking for instant breaking news, Twitter is one of the great places to share and to look at trending topics. And you can actually see that right on this screenshot. This is, of course, BizzyWeb's homepage, but you can see trends right down here. And that's what's happening when we took that screenshot. That's what other people are talking about. It's best for sharing news and original and curated content. And B2Cs and nonprofits have a lot of fun with Twitter. You know, B2Bs can also integrate and connect very easily using Twitter, but it's a little bit more of a longer play. What you're trying to be is as useful as possible to the people that matter most to you. And in that vein, any of these networks can be useful for you. Also, Pinterest. Pinterest is an image-based medium. If you're not familiar with Pinterest, we make it super easy, or Pinterest makes it super easy to share imagery and videos. And so women, foodies, and crafters tend to be the largest networks, or the largest demographics on the network. About 80% of the folks on Pinterest still tend to be female. It's a great place for just collecting helpful and interesting information. One of my most frequented boards happens to be all of the Pinewood Derby car ideas that I found on Instagram. I created a board of everything else that I found. And I still get repins on that all the time, even though my son is 3 years removed from his last Pinewood Derby. It's best for sharing visual content, books, how-tos, ebooks, certainly anything else that has a visual component, and it's great for B2C. If you've heard of Etsy, Etsy was launched and largely connects and thrives via Pinterest. Instagram is best for young adults. What you might think of Instagram as is really the curated version of Facebook pictures. Instagram is owned by Facebook, and you can share imagery and videos via Instagram, add helpful and fun filters to your content, and curate things out. I've seen it shared among millennials that what they'll do during any given day is maybe tweet 5 or 10 times, send out about 3-4 dozen text messages, perhaps use Snapchat a bunch, perhaps post something small on Facebook if they're trying to keep up with mom and dad, or let mom and dad know that they're still hanging out and that they're doing stuff. But then they're going to take the 1 or 2 images that they really loved during the day. They're going to throw a filter on it, give a interesting, witty caption to that image, and they'll post that 1 or maybe 2 images a day on Instagram. So Instagram is much more curated. It's much nicer. You wouldn't want to just post random snapshots that don't look good or that have poor lighting on Instagram, because with Instagram, it's all about the style. It's all about the look. And so I cleaned the heck out of my desk for this Instagram photo and posted it up for all to see. And if you want to follow Busy Dave, would love to connect with you there. And now let's get to the most confusing one for folks, and that's Google+. I say it's confusing because really Google doesn't even know what to do with Google+. It was started up as kind of an answer to not only just the way Facebook was interacting with people, but the way they figured the web was going, the way Google figured the web was going in general. So it's largely taken, or the folks that are most active on Google+ tend to be men. It's about 65% men. Students and software developers, if you're already in the Google ecosystem nonstop, if you're in Google Docs all the time, if you're a heavy Gmail user, you've probably got a Google+ account. But people are looking for curated content again, but really the killer use of Google+ is for search engine optimization. Any link that you post to your website or to one of your social properties is what Google calls a spark on their social network on Google+. And that spark is a big indicator of link quality and page rank, page trust inside of the social network. So if Google's web spiders, the folks or the tools that are crawling content across the web, see that you have a link to or from a Google+ page to content in your website, they're like, oh, well, these guys are obviously serious about it. And hey, they're using our tools. So let's give them that extra little boost in the search engine rankings because they're obviously serious about it enough to share it on our network. So there's the top ones. And here's what you can get out of all of them. If you're inclined to do screenshots, this might be a handy one because it's a kind of handy overview of everything available on the network or on these networks. But for Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and Google+, we talk about the top markets, and that's that top row. And then we talk about what you can do with them or what the best use is. So for Facebook, it's sharing text, photos, and links. And then we talk about what your strategy should be inside of that network. So for Facebook, again, it's increasing visibility and it's engaging people. It's for reaching a large audience. For Instagram, it's linking to products or websites, providing links or comments or likes and comments to your content. For Google+, it's better search engine optimization and helping to build your reputation. If you're on a Mac, you can do Command-Shift-4 to get a screenshot of this. If you're on a PC, simply do Alt-Print Screen, open up a Word document, and paste what you've got in there to save this for later. All right. We're all good. I'm going to switch over, just look to see if we have any other questions. Brad was our only question so far, and we have a whole bundle of viewers still. So if you do have those questions, don't hold back. We're about halfway through our presentation today and at about 30% of our time, or about 60% of our time. So I'm going to skip ahead a little bit quickly on the rest of these. So let's talk about what you should say inside of all of these networks. Here's the good news. You know, it's not that complicated actually, and all you need to do are 3 things inside of 4 options, and I'll share what I mean in just a second. About half of what you should do should be designed to get likes, shares, or comments. So entertaining folks, providing great conversation, asking questions of your clients or visitors, providing images or video. The engage part of your online marketing should be about half of what you do. Next up, 30% should be useful and informative. So, and providing industry info, hints and tips, or curating content, meaning grabbing content from elsewhere and linking to it in your social network, should be about 30%. So if the first 50 is engage, the second 30 is inform. And then the rest of it should be information about your business. Now, I'm not talking about, half off for the next 15 minutes. I'm not talking about buy now or any of those crazy things. I'm talking about giving folks a clear next step to interact and engage with you. answer our questions, stop by today, subscribe to our email newsletter, like us on Facebook for more information, and getting people all connected. So if you think of it another way, these three things have 4 steps in online marketing. It's engage, which is the first 50%, inform, which is the next 30%, capture, which gives them a next step to take, and then that last 20% is convert. So engage, inform, capture, and convert is BizzyWeb's kind of method as we move through this, but Constant Contact has it split out 3 ways between getting likes, being useful, and information about your business. So let's dig a little bit deeper into this. For the first 50%, here's some examples. Fill in the blank. I'm thankful for blank as a small business owner. This was taken from Small Business Saturday last year. So, or components of my Thanksgiving dinner were purchased locally. I'm thankful for small businesses and Thanksgiving leftovers. And then to create content people want to share, your content should entertain, have value, create a sense of scarcity, elicit emotion. 5, what do you think 5 should be? So that's entertaining and informative stuff. It's designed to engage people in conversation. Success isn't just about what you accomplish in your life, it's about what you inspire others to do. Infographics are great sources of information that's helpful, informative, and in this point, engaging. So what do you do for that next 30%? Well, we're going to be a little bit more informative. We're going to educate people. We're going to share tips and things that we know about that they might not. So understanding EdgeRank to maximize your page's reach on Facebook in this point. Hot diggity, did you hear the news? U.S. consumers spent $5.5 billion shopping small last Saturday. Or holiday tip, help your businesses stand out from the holiday avalanche by adding the personal touch to your customers are looking for. You and your and I and we. So get down to details and share some of that expert advice with that second 30%. Finally, for what do you say for the calls to action? Here's a couple of examples. We always welcome customer feedback to help us improve. So here's the next step. So that's a save local link. And then the one back and above that is, are you or your small business on Instagram? We are. Check out our new profile. That's not selling anything. And it's okay to do savings and coupons once in a while. Here's an example, but I would only do it maybe 10% of the time, maybe 1 in 10 posts, and unwrap cyber savings big savings this Cyber Monday with a coupon, linking people to that. Again, you should never or almost never try to sell people in online marketing. What you're trying to do is engage people. You're having conversation in social media, and people get turned off pretty quickly if they feel they're being sold. It should almost seem like a foregone conclusion. And after you've been engaging and informing and then capturing people's information so you can go right back to engaging and informing them on a more deep level, they should be asking for the sale. And then it should almost seem like a foregone conclusion. Well, of course, you've asked, we answered. Here's a special deal that only is available for our customers. So here's 3 questions to ask about your content that you can use to help jog your memory and to get past writer's block. First, think about what's new at your business or organization. And then maybe what you did recently to help someone achieve success. Share one of those back insider stories, something that you've heard from. Testimonials are great for that. And then what advice do you have for people that people have been asking you for lately? Here's a big trick. You've probably got Q&As on your website, things that people ask you all the time. Those Q&As are fantastic social media fodder because people are asking it already. So make sure to take that to the next level and provide that solution. All right, so let's look at this in real life. Donna's Gourmet Cookies has 1,650 likes. She's doing pretty good out there, and they have a beautiful tool, or they have a beautiful website. I have a little bit of an issue with Donna's cookies in that she only has a picture of some random cookies on here, and her background image isn't really all that engaging, but it's certainly better than a lot that I've seen. Donna wants to get out and engage with folks. She's got a bunch of cookies she wants to sell. So she's going to make a post. So she's going to say, yep, we have them, about Donna's Gourmet Cookies. And you see right away there that 10 people like that right off the bat. Out of their 1,650 people that follow them, that's probably about average for the amount of people that are actually going to see it and interact. What's interesting, though, is that someone actually commented inside of those and they shared it. They said, look at these adorable holiday cookies. Since they're from Donna's Gourmet Cookies, I'm sure they taste even better than they look. That's fantastic social proof right there that Donna's Cookies is already trusted and people are digging Donna's Cookies. So someone responds to that, where's Donna's located? Would love to order some. So that's an ideal solution. Again, your business is obviously different than this, but you can see how that might work for you and your business. And all they did was share an image of some cookies that was engaging and interesting. And they said, yep, we have them, but they didn't say, brand new cookies for the next 5 minutes, come on in, we've got a sale going on. They're not trying to sell, they're trying to engage. Let's talk about what you can say. Here's an exercise to help you through this. First, let's think about the first 50% and ask and answer this. What's something that you could share this week that's entertaining and that invites conversation? You know what's coming next. What's something that you could share this week that's about your industry, hints or tips, or is curated, some of that insider information designed to inform, and that's your 30%. And then what's something that you could share this week about your business that's not necessarily buy now. You don't need to get people to buy right this second, but you want to give them some next step that's going to be easy, informative, and help. So you've got this locked in. You've got this figured out. You know what your social networks are and why you should use them. You know the markets. You know when you should share. You know kind of what to share. You get that you have to engage, inform, capture, and convert your clients. And you've kind of got this spelled out. So where do you get started? No questions. Oh, how do we set up our Facebook followers to go? Nope, I think we're good with our questions. No new ones. Let's get started and talk about, with Facebook, what can we do? First of all, of course, create your page. There's a difference between a page and a profile. And so if you have an account, and I have clients like this that I've had to actually convince, believe it or not, but if you have friends on your business page and you're friending people on your business page because you signed up with a Facebook account and you're serving and you're using that as an individual account, that's a violation of Facebook's terms of service, and you run a very real risk of getting your account deleted. Pages not only are within the realm of Facebook's happy place, but if you use pages correctly, pages are searchable by Google and by other search engines. So profiles aren't generally searchable. You can't find much information about a business over a profile. But what you do in Facebook is you set up a personal profile, and then you set up a page from inside of that. The URL for that is facebook.com/pages. If you want to get right there, you can go pages/create. But create that page for yourself. Once you get beyond 15 likes, you can actually reserve your own username. For example, if you go to facebook.com/BizzyWeb, that'll get you right to our page. If you have a page and you haven't reserved that username yet, just go to facebook.com/username to request it and make it as similar to your business's URL, your web address, as possible. Make sure you fill out your info on your Facebook page, and that's the information that's kind of down here. It's the about stuff. And then make sure that you're taking some time to add a logo and to add a cover photo. Note with the pajama program, they have something that's very easy. It should be square. If you have a horizontal logo, like a lot of businesses do, you're going to need to come up with some way to make your logo square and to make it recognizable. Maybe it's just a part of your logo. Maybe it's just the first word of your or letter of your business's name. But you need to dial in and figure out how you can make that set up and how you can make it work. Your cover photo is what goes up on the top. And ideally, this should be related to your brand, should look like your website and at least related to that. And it should speak to who you are as a company. But don't make it overtly salesy. Again, don't do that buy now, 20% off or whatever inside of that cover photo, because that's also in violation of Facebook's terms of service, and they'll simply delete the image without telling you. Number 2, when you're getting moving, tell people that you're there. This is where email marketing can really come in and rock it for you. You can send out a message to everybody that already loves you and that's already subscribed to your newsletters and all the other things that you do, and reach out to them and tell them, find us on Facebook, come on out, take a look. And this is how Social Ribbit did it. Make sure that you hand out in your store or in your office links to your social networks. Once you get that short URL, facebook.com/BizzyWeb, etc., you're going to share that everywhere you can. Put it on your business cards, put it on your receipts, put it everywhere that makes sense so that people can find you and connect with you where they prefer to spend their time. Make sure that you update your website, publish it on your events, and of course, put it out on your business cards. There's an easy way to share inside of Constant Contact. And if you do that, it's just the connect with us or the social sharing button. It makes it very simple for you to share content out and to let people that visit your site reach out on that next level. You're simply going to start posting. Remember that 50-30-20 rule and get out there. Use those 3 questions that we shared before. What do you do? What do you know? And how can you make it helpful for them? And then just ask your audience what they're interested in and reach out and be engaging and informative. Make sure that you capture their information and give them that next step, and keep working that magic until you convert them into what you want them to do. Here's a tip on the convert part. Convert doesn't necessarily mean new customer or sale. It might mean additional butt in a seat at an event. It might mean some next step in your sales lead funnel, or it might simply be a new like on your Facebook page or on a connection so that you can continue to engage with them until you find that right connection. So let's look at a week of Facebook posts and what that might look like. Ideally, you should be backing up from social media posts in general and trying to figure out a way so that you can keep content interesting, and so it covers all of the 50-30-20 instead of only doing one thing. Now, you can do quotes once in a while, but maybe that's only on Monday mornings. So on Monday in the morning, you're going to do a Monday motivation quote. Don't do it every single day, because anybody can open up a book of quotes or just Google quotes and find all the quotes that they need. Next up, Tuesday at noon, maybe you're going to do a Did You Know post, or check out these tips. Helpful and informative information. Wednesday morning, you're going to engage and fill in the blank. Thursday afternoon, having a sale this weekend. Okay, so you're getting into that next step. That's that 20%. And then Friday, you're going to do a fun fact. And let's be extra helpful with ourselves. Let's celebrate with a glass of wine, or in somebody else's case, bourbon, right? So make sure that you reach out and that you're connecting. And don't forget to make this fun. Social media needs to be fun, because that's what it's supposed to do. Nobody goes on Facebook every day because it's their job, unless they're me. And I still enjoy it because, social media is fun. So take a little bit of time. You might want to do this yourself. Take this screenshot again, Command-Shift-4 if you're on a Mac, print or Alt print screen if you're on a PC, and paste that into a Word doc or something, or into an email. And take a little bit of time to figure out. Notice that they were all different times of day, and they were all different types of content. In Social Media 102 next week, we're going to talk more about how to make that more thoughtful and how to gauge your best times of day and your best content, what engages most with your clients. But for now, just remember that you kind of keep it mixed up. You can save some time with simple tools. Free and low-cost tools like the Simple Share or Hootsuite or even MarketMe Suite are super helpful and easy. Again, if you use a WordPress-powered website, if you don't already do that, connect up with BizzyWeb, because we can actually help you to automatically post from your website to all of these connections. And one thing that I don't like about the tools that we have on here is they mostly help the tools as far as their search engine optimization and not so much you. So if I link to something out of Hootsuite, the link that comes back to or that's shared on that social network is ow.ly and then some weird code. That helps Hootsuite with their search engine optimization because it's a link back to their tools, but would be much better if I link to BizzyWeb.com/something else because that's link juice for my website versus Hootsuite. Think about it beyond scheduled posts. You can also set up searches using these tools, which is, in my opinion, their best use. You can actually do searches for your business, your competition, or your products, and then monitor what other people are saying. Keep that search open for you and your business. Sometimes people are going to be delighted and share what they love about you. Other times folks might be frustrated or feel like they got a raw deal. You want to be able to answer that as soon as humanly possible. Burying your head in the sand is not an option. If you do happen to have a bad experience or someone that has a problem, make sure that you head it up right away. Engage with that person, apologize, make them feel heard, and then take it offline. Even if, and especially if someone appears slightly unhinged, don't directly engage them or attack them back on social media because it'll only make things worse. Once you get things out there, 3 to 5 times a week, 20 minutes at a time is a good starting point for online marketing. If that still seems too much, just set aside a half hour once a week to start doing some of this stuff and be consistent. If you're going to start with social media, stick with it, which is why I also like people to start slow because it helps you build that network and build the excitement without burning out. Next, you're going to spend a little bit of time to get more followers. So follow your best customers and engage them on any of these social networks. You're going to follow and connect. You can follow people on Twitter pretty easily. You can reach out and search for your best referral partners on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. But add all of these social links to everything you do, to your email signature, to your marketing campaigns, to all the printed materials that you have. Let people find you where they prefer to hang out. Some people are huge on Twitter. Some folks love Facebook. Some people are big pinners with Pinterest. Make it easy for them to connect with you and share. Next up, you may want to try running a social campaign. That might include like-gated content where you offer a free download when people connect with you, offer a discount or some other type of offer. And here's the key, don't offer that anywhere else. Constant Contact makes this very easy, and you can do this for free inside of Constant Contact if you already have a Constant Contact account. Makes it very easy, and it's one of the best values inside of the tools that Constant Contact makes available. You can use email to get more traffic, more visits, and likes. The key is make it easy to share. All right, I'm going to click over to my summary. I'm just going to check. No more questions. So if you do have more questions, by all means, get a hold of me with that. And I'll offer up a link to get a hold of us on this. But let's summarize up. First, decide which social sites are right for you. And if you're just beginning, start with Facebook. It's the big dog. 1.6 billion people are on Facebook. That's more people than own a toothbrush in the world. So, you don't necessarily want to smell everybody's breath in the world, but there's a good chance they're on Facebook. Schedule out your posts, plan them weekly, and then shoot for about 20 minutes, 3 to 5 times a week. At a minimum, I want you to try to do at least a half hour a week, once a week, and try to get consistent with your online marketing. Make it easy for people to find and friend you, to follow you, to like you, to connect with you, to +1 you, and consider running a social campaign to get you off to that next step. Constant Contact and BizzyWeb can make this very easy for you. Give us a call if you need help. Finally, wanted to run through just a couple of things on how all of this looks. First, if you do have any additional questions, this is your chance. We do have a special offer. If you start a Constant Contact account by June 5th, you'll get a free campaign design along with that. We're going to take a look at your website and we're going to match your template to your email marketing so that everything looks the same. Again, consistency is the key. And go to BizzyWeb.com/cc for details. on that offer. We need it by next Friday, so please go ahead and do that. We also do free trials, and we'll help you get set up and get some things going so that you can test drive Constant Contact for free. Get a hold of us at BizzyWeb.com/cc if you do want to engage with us on that. If you're not using email marketing at all, you're in for a dramatic boost in your business if you get serious about your marketing using permission-based marketing like emails. And then take advantage of social marketing and the fact that Constant Contact does all of this for you and take you to the next step. Starts at $45 a month. The ultimate or the email or the professional marketer account now is $195 a month, and that includes an always-on, readily available coach. One of the best things about Constant Contact is that you always have someone that you can just call to ask questions. Try that with MailChimp or Aweber or any of the other places that offer email marketing. You won't find it. They're great people, super helpful. You can do event marketing, you can do registrations, you can do promotional campaigns like we talked about with the like-gated content. You could pay Facebook to do that, or you get it for free with your Constant Contact account. So it's just a great deal and a great offer, and BizzyWeb can help you do all of that stuff. In summary, let's wrap up. BizzyWeb does web design and online marketing. So the web design part, if you don't already have a website that helps you convert leads into customers, or that's something that you're proud to hand out, the one thing that you can count on is no matter where anyone else finds you, they're going to look for your website next. So make sure that your website engages and informs folks, makes them excited to work with you and doesn't scare them away. And if you do it right, your online marketing will also be a seamless integration where you publish to your website and everything else is taken care of automatically. We offer hosting, so if you already have a web design or a website that's in WordPress, we'd love to talk to you. And of course, we do online marketing to help you with your search engine optimization, your social media or search engine optimization campaigns to do Google ads or Facebook ads. And we can even help write content for you so that you have deep content that'll help you convert visitors to customers and to help you rank well on search engines so that you show up when people are making an urgent decision about your business. Remember to join us every Wednesday. You're on a BizzyWebinar right now. Next week, we're going to be talking about Social Media 102, and we're going to go on. We have a great queue of events coming up. We're going to be talking about all kinds of in-depth online marketing and some brand new Constant Contact content that I'm super excited about. So be sure to register at BizzyWeb.com/events. Another killer tip for this is every Wednesday in the past, for the past almost 3 years now, about 150 events, BizzyWeb has put out a BizzyWebinar. And so we have all of this content, anything under the sun, available for you on our YouTube channel. And that's all available via BizzyWeb.com/events. If you'd like a little bit more detail and get a search engine optimization report, what it's looking like on your website, go to BizzyWeb.com/buzz. We have a brand new tool that we've invested in that allows you to enter in some keywords that you think you should be ranked for, your website and a competitor's website. And we're going to share with you a report on how well you're optimized that will give you tips and tricks on how to take your business to the next level. This is an instant report that you'll get as soon as you get done filling it out. And if you'd like a more in-depth report that includes a marketing plan and analysis, those start at $195, and we'll talk to you about that before we actually go through it. So for $195, you can get a marketing plan, or for free, you can get an SEO report that will align you up against your competitors and see what you could do to help kick their butts a little bit more online. That's instant and available. Would love to talk to you then. Be sure to tune in next Wednesday again for our online marketing, our Social Media 102, Your Social Now What? And remember that at BizzyWeb, we help you generate buzz without getting stung. I'm Dave Meyer with BizzyWeb. Here's how to reach me, and would love to connect with you then. Until then, we'll talk to you next Wednesday at noon. Thanks very much and have a great week.